So Darendil and Eldith are going to go with Roland, Glabagool, Stool, and Calvinus will go with Jeff into Lisa's office. So Lisa has you follow her into her office, and then when you enter, she turns around and she says, all right, goggles. And she goes into the back, comes back out with a set of goggles, places them on her desk. She says, feel free to examine them, whatever you want. 3,000 gold.
Jeff makes a big show of looking at them, getting a feel for the weight, trying them on maybe.
You can roll Arcana if you'd like to actually examine as to whether or not they're what she says they are.
We don't have 3,000 gold, do we?
Not even close.
Yeah, you got to take her word for it because you can't tell.
So Jeff says, well, counter offer, I'll give you 300 gold and wait, there's more. 3 great axes. Final offer.
I don't deal in weapons, so I don't want your axes. And your offer of 300 gold is laughably insulting, so no. And she takes the goggles off the table, puts them, like she opens it like a little drawer in the desk, puts them inside, close to the drawer, and she says, now, that said, I can see an opportunity when it lands in front of me. I might be able to make a different sort of deal for these goggles.
We're listening.
And she says, follow me. And she brings you into the back. And in the back, there is a table. And this table is just mounded with hordes of jewelry, coins, rings, gems, all sorts of really valuable looking stuff. And there's a lot of it there. And she says, this is a problem. All of this stuff comes from the surface. Nobody that I know in this city deals in surface goods. The surface goods are all dealt in Mantal Dareth. We only deal, typically, in stuff found and traded in the Underdark. But this is a huge hoard of gold that has arrived here from the surface. This is not right. This is going to screw up our economy. And this means that somebody is importing or smuggling goods into this city without anyone else noticing. And that is exceptionally difficult to do. I want to find out where these things came from and put a stop to it.
Jeff telepathically says to, anybody that's in range, if somebody's bringing stuff down from the surface, they probably know a route back up. So this is worth looking into anyway. And then says to Lisa, okay, we can investigate that. Do you have any leads, any places to start?
I got one. The Darrow. They've been using this stuff to pay for their food lately, and a lot of them have been doing it. So somehow they're receiving these items. The Darrow do not have the organizational capabilities, the intelligence, or the wherewithal to get this stuff themselves. The Darrow are in the East and West Cleft districts of Gracklestew.
You can grab that chair from the guest room.
Thanks, Andy.
Huh?
What?
What?
I walk through your house and grab a chair.
I don't have a chair in the guest room.
You're like, Adam, how?
She says there's one drow or one Darrow in particular who's been acting a little strangely lately. A lot of merchants have noticed him traveling throughout the Blade Bazaar, seeming always with a very serious purpose, and that's not normal for Darrow. First of all, they're almost never alone. They're almost always accompanied by their masters. And even if they are alone or accompanied by masters, Darrow are madmen. They have no purpose. They have no drive. They don't have a goal and stick to it. They wander aimlessly and act like lunatics. This one is different. I believe his name is Droki, and you could recognize him by the hat he wears. It's got these displacer beast tentacles seemingly stitched into it. He wears it all the time, everywhere he goes. He's hard to catch, and if he ever notices you're following him, he'll be gone in an instant. But he's the only lead I've got.
Okay, deal. We'll help you out, and why don't we say we'll do the night vision goggles as payment, and if we can find the source, we'd be happy to take some of that surface world treasure off your hands too. Couldn't have the economy getting ruined down here.
We'll just go with the goggles, if you don't mind. She just stares at you as you make that noise.
That's literally all Jeff did to try and change mine. Fine, deal.
All right. Report back here when you've got information for me.
Okay.
Roland, so you find the Steel Shadow part with Darendil and Eldith in tow, and you approach one of the vendors who seems to have a large number of different weapons hanging on his wall.
Pulls out his katana and lays it down in front of the smithy. I was wondering if possibly you could upgrade this blade for me.
He looks down at it, and he looks back up at you. Well, that's a weird-looking blade if I ever saw one. Where'd you get something like that?
I was part of a raiding party in a distant land, and I got it off someone I killed.
And he looks over to his left, and he says, so what do you think, Charlie? You think we can do something with this blade? And he stands there for a minute. He says, yeah, I agree. It is pretty weird. But, we've worked on weird stuff before. Once again, he's silent for a few moments, and he's like, no, I know that, Charlie, but it's not like we've never done anything like this. Charlie, I'm sorry, Charlie never stops talking. We'll just let him finish. And he sits there in silence for like 30 seconds.
Roland starts tapping his foot. Maybe I should just take my business elsewhere.
No, we can do it. Charlie is just really annoying. Charlie, shut your mouth. We got a customer. Sorry about that. He never stops talking. Looks fine to me. It's got some dings. We could repair it a bit. It wouldn't cost that much.
Yeah, I just need it strengthened a little bit more so it can hit harder.
Well, I think if you want it to hit harder, you better strengthen those muscles in your arms a bit.
All right. Okay. Just upgrade it to where, it can do a little bit more damage. Unless there's something special I can do with it, like imbue it with some sort of elemental damage or something like that. I don't know.
Well, all of that would really fall under like enchanting it. Like
yeah.
plus one weapons are magical, so it's all going to be a magical type of thing. Now, there's other things you can do, like silver plating or adamantine plating your weapons, which silver plating ignores damage resistance of certain types of creatures, mostly like werewolf type thing. And adamantine does the same thing with different creatures that have resistance to non-magic weapons. So, look, if you're looking for something magical, you come to the wrong place. We're smiths and that's it. But on the other hand, if you're looking to have your weapon plated with a nicer metal, gets past some of the dangers of the Underdark with a slightly higher grade weapon, we can do that for you. It's not too expensive. Charlie, what do you think we should charge him? Then he's silent for a moment. Right, yeah, right. Well, I don't. Okay.
Well, I've got other stuff to do, so if you could just hurry this up, please.
Well, sorry, I told you Charlie just likes to talk and talk and talk. I'm just trying to work through it here. Give me a sec. I actually have to look this up.
So
will they?
They would plate your katana with the metal.
Oh, okay.
What is your katana? Is it one-handed or two-handed?
I kind of use it as one-handed, but couldn't I use it two-handed? Would that be versatile or whatever?
What did you reskin? A longsword, right?
Yeah, I just reskinned a longsword, basically.
Okay.
So a longsword is a versatile weapon, so you can hold one and two-handed. So if it's one-handed, it's a D8. If it's two-handed, it's a D10.
Nice.
I can silver your weapons for 200 gold, or I can adamantine them for 500.
I'll get back to you once I figure out the situation with money.
Telepathically says we've got like 400 gold in the bag right now.
All right, well, let me go talk it over with my party members, and I'll get back to you. Thank you. And then he just heads
Hopefully
back.
they aren't as talkative as Charlie here, right? Charlie, you're a card jar.
As he's walking away, he just kind of lifts his hand like, yeah.
He's a car jar?
Card jar.
You're a car jar.
A card jar.
There's a jar with cars.
Yep, he's a car. He's a jar full of cars. That's actually what was sitting next to him, was the little jar. It had a bunch of cars in it.
He's a car jar.
Okay, so Jeff and his group leave Lisa's office and find Roland after he leaves the Steel Shadow booth there. What now?
So I go back and talk it over. Is it cool if I do, I guess, 200 for the silver, right? So it looks like I could upgrade my blade with silver coating. If everybody's cool with it, I'd like to use 200 gold to do that.
Hey, if it makes you better at cutting people's heads off, I'm okay with it.
Hey, guys. Are we done talking about that? Let me know when we're done talking about that.
Well,
Calvinus abstains, so yeah, go for it, Roland.
all right, thanks. All right, so Roland's gonna go back and do that then.
So you go back with the 200 gold and your sword. He's like, oh, it didn't take you that long to make that decision. Charlie here, he'll be talking about it, laying it over all night. Oh, it'll take him forever. No, shut up, Charlie. I'm talking to a customer. Charlie, am I right? Jeez. Anyway, the sword and the gold. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, right here.
All right, come back tomorrow and I'll have it done for you.
All right, thank you.
All right, he takes your sword and the gold and puts it underneath his little booth. What next?
I've got something to say.
Okay.
Okay, guys. I think we've been spending a long time walking around in the Underdark and getting salty in our underwears. And you know what?
What?
I think we deserve to stay in a freaking nice hotel for like a couple nights, like the nicest hotel in the city, you know, or like reasonable. But like, let's get hold on, let's get a bath, let's get some baths, let's like sleep in some beds, let's eat some good food. Like, I mentally need to like stay in a nice place for a couple of days. Okay.
What's a hotel?
It's a really nice place to stay, Stu.
Oh, like a soft mushroom.
Yeah.
I want to go stay in a soft mushroom.
What do you
Jeff.
guys think?
Grudgingly agrees and says, yeah, it's been months since we've slept on anything other than a cave floor. That actually does sound kind of nice. Jeff starts, I guess, asking around for directions to that the one hotel that we can stay at.
So who are you asking?
Merchant.
So you walk up to a merchant. He's like,
10 gold for directions.
Here's 5.
and he points behind him that way.
Terrific. We go that way.
Jeff, cast your like guidance thing.
Guiding hand. It might have been.
Xanthar's guy.
I don't remember.
A city, mountain, castle, battlefield, any landmark.
Major landmark. So yeah, I don't think. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
is it a big hotel?
It is a major inn, so I would say yeah.
Okay, then I take back my $5 from that guy, and we go where the hand points us.
Alrighty, so eventually you find yourselves outside of an inn that has a lot of non-Duragar inside. In fact, there are very few Duragar at all. The only Duragar that are here are the ones that are actually working at the inn. And even then, there's really only like one that you can see behind the bar as you enter. Most of the employees, in quotations, employees, are actually Darrow, who are doing all the serving and whatnot. And they do it all with this sort of foul, pissed off look on their face, and they just throw food down. They aren't very nice to the customers, but there is real food. There are options, there are tables, and there are rooms. And you can see that you actually probably blend in more here than anywhere else in the city, because this place is also filled with non-Duragar. There are drow in here, there are some deep gnomes, orcs, there are Kuatoa, there are some kobolds and goblins, just like the races you found outside. But like I said, very few Duragar. As you enter the door, you hear one of you, as you're passing, I would say Jeff would hear in your ear, "Visit Wirtz."
Is it Warts?
Wirtz Salt Baron.
Oh yeah, we did forget. Okay, mysterious disembodied voice.
Well, you can assume it's a Duragar, maybe one of the guards that was there at the gate, because they can be invisible. So it's probably just an invisible Duragar.
Yeah, we probably should do that.
Let's get our rooms. Let's check in. Leave our shit.
Yeah, but there wasn't like a blade at your throat as that was being stated, but it definitely seemed like you should probably do it sooner rather than later.
And let's get like a group discount. Like we want like some VIP rooms, like separate rooms and shit. But like, let's get like a good deal, you know? I would think at this point we have cabin fever like a motherfucker.
Calvinus definitely has a lot of psychological issues.
I would think Jeff and Roland are really craving to just have their own room for a couple days. You know what I mean?
So Jeff goes to the counter and asks for. Wait, so what do we have? We have Jeff, Roland, Calvinus, Globagul, the dwarf, Darendil, and Stool.
Yes, Eldith is the dwarf.
So Jeff goes to the counter and says, how much for 4 rooms?
Nice.
The man behind the counter, as you approach, he says, 4 rooms for outsiders. This will be 20 gold a room.
Oh, you bastard fucker.
And it says, how about less than that?
Less than 10 gold a room? I don't know how much lower than 5 silver a room you want me to go.
5 silver sounds good.
No lower than that is necessary, I guess. 5 silver per room it is.
Yes, 10 platinum a room.
Jeff looks at the rest of this group and is trying to determine if this guy's insane or just terrible at haggling.
Let's just get this shit in writing.
Jeff just slides like 20 silver across the counter.
Thanks for the 40 platinum. Here's your room keys, and he lays 3 keys. He lays 3 keys down on the table.
Okay,
One key to Roland, keeps 1 for himself, and hands the other to, I guess, to Calvinus, and says, you keep an eye on Globagul, Darendil, the dwarf, and everybody else.
No, you got 4 rooms.
Yeah, but he only gave us 3 keys.
What?
Me and Roland get our own rooms.
All right, well, I grab the key and I say, well, have fun, all you guys.
Glabagul says, what's a room?
Jeff just looks at Calvinus and says, you're in charge of them.
And Stool's like, this doesn't really look like a mushroom. It kind of looks like just more rocks.
Jeff,
But you
gone to
take
his
your
room already and locked the door.
So you take your keys to your room, and the rooms are really not great, but they have beds, and you have access to like a baths room, it's a communal area, but there's baths that are clearly heated by some sort of underground furnace system that you can wash off in. And then your rooms don't include any food, so anything that you want to eat that you haven't brought with you, you'll have to buy from the bar as well, or go sit down in the bar area and eat it. But all 3 rooms are essentially exactly the same. They each have 1 large bed in them, and like a little desk with a chair and maybe a chest at the end of the bed. But aside from that, they are just as unadorned as everything else in Gracklstool. They are boxes. They don't even have windows, just the 1 door to go in and out.
Calvinus wants to go back down to the bar. Hello, I would like to get another room.
He's like, all right, your room will be, you just want 1 room?
Yeah, and I've got I want to pay for it with a very nice item.
We only accept gold, silver, platinum, copper, and dead bodies here.
Really? What kind of dead bodies?
What did you say? You said dead bodies? What the fuck's wrong with you?
I just want to have a room. We can just put it on the tab.
We don't do tabs. You give me some gold, and I'll give you a room. What's wrong with you? You've never been to a store before.
When we paid for 4 rooms, you only gave us 3 keys.
Who's we? I never sold you anything.
The other guy.
Why doesn't he come down and talk to me?
I'm gonna put this really nicely. I'm just really not in the mood to have this conversation right now. I just want my own room. And if you really need to see a dead body, I can make that happen for you right now.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with dead bodies. You're a sick individual. I want gold for the room. How is that hard to understand?
Calvinus turns around and just like breathes heavily and just looks around the pub.
You're creating a bit of a scene. People are sort of like looking up at you and looking over at you like this is...
Right, he's just having kind of like a psychotic episode right now. He does have 3 points of madness.
So the bartender's like, look, I see you got problems. If you want a room, give me some gold for it and go to your room. Or just get out of my dining room.
Calvinus is like, I'll be right back. Leaves to go find a trader he can sell something to. He comes up and says, hey, how's it going?
One of the Duragar merchants at the stand says, yes.
I would like to sell a sword.
All right, can I see it?
Yes, and he takes out a poisoned short sword from the Drow prison and presents it.
He looks at it and he says, got some poison on it. Okay. I will give you 5 gold.
Okay.
All right, he hands you 5 gold. You hand him the sword.
And then he goes to the inn and he's like, I've got 5 gold. I need a room.
All right. Hands you a key. You hand him 5 gold.
Yay! And he goes up to his room.
You now have 4 rooms, one of which Eldith, Stool, and Darendel share. Technically Glabagul, but he's not really ever in there. And then each of the rest of you take one, although Stool kind of wants to hang out with you guys, not so much Darendel and Eldith, so he spends most of his time with y'all, regardless of what his room is.